The San Antonio Spurs just built a problem the NBA can't solve. Not a super team, not a gimmick. Something far more dangerous. Can you guess? A paradox that turns a flaw into a weapon. It's so perfect, it breaks the modern defensive playbook in half. And the worst part? The clock to stop it is already ticking. To understand this crisis, you have to see how San Antonio flipped conventional wisdom. How one player's weakness became the exact thing that unlocks another's alien strength, creating a loop that shreds 20 years of defensive evolution. Let's dive more deeply into the story. It starts with De'Aaron Fox, also known as Sweepa, maybe the fastest baseline-to-baseline human in NBA history. He doesn't run, he detonates. For himself says, "The way I move is so much different than everybody else. Not everybody can make the cuts and just stop and do what I do, especially going at full speed." That speed creates what coaches call a surprise fast break, even in the half court. One crack in the defense and Fox teleports through it, leaving defenders scrambling. But here's the catch. His three-pointer is kind of optional. I mean, we all agree, right? Last season, he hit just 31% from deep. In his first 17 games with San Antonio, a brutal 27.4%. Yeah, that's what stats says. And let me remind you, in the modern NBA, that's not just a flaw but a bait. Defenses sag off, daring him to shoot. By the book, it's the right play. And it's exactly the mistake the Spurs want you to make. Brutal, I know. If Fox's jumper is the bait, then Victor Wembanyama is the trap. His sophomore season, an evolutionary leap, was nearly about 24.3 points per game, which is 9 threes a night, and hitting over 35% of them. But here's the twist. He's deadlier off the dribble than on a catch and shoot. The very shot defenses give up in a sagging pick and roll, the screener taking one dribble into rhythm that is his most efficient weapon till date. For 50 years, bigs in the pick and roll had two jobs: roll to the rim or pop for a jumper. Wembanyama is the first in history who is elite at duo in the same play. He forces his man to guard two spots at once. That's not defense, fellows, that pathetic geometry failing. So how do you guard it? Let's walk through your choices. Option 1, stay back. Keep your big near the rim. Fox hits a floater, or Wemby pops out and drains a three. Pick you poison. Option 2, switch. Now your center's chasing the fastest player alive, or your point guard's boxing out a 7'4" alien. Either way, it's bad. Option 3, blitz Fox. Send two defenders 30 feet from the hoop. Congrats, you've just given Wemby a 4-on-3 in open space. Good luck with that. Every answer in the defensive playbook is wrong. This isn't brand new. In 1990, the Suns paired Kevin Johnson, lightning in sneakers but a shaky shooter, with Tom Chambers, a 6'10" unicorn before the term existed. That duo ripped off 54 wins and the number 3 offense. Same blueprint. Speed demon PG who can't shoot, floor warping big who can. The Spurs just upgraded the concept with a generational shot blocker and the fastest guard alive. History isn't repeating, it's mutating. Might become non-existent as per the current records. Yikes! The Fox-Wemby duo doesn't just work in isolation. Like a massive star, it bends the entire roster around it. San Antonio didn't just draft talent. They drafted specialists to weaponize the chaos Fox and Wemby create. 1. Steven Castle, rookie leader in points and steals. The battering ram, smashing through gaps the defense leaves. 2. Dylan Harper, the Echo. Runs the same nightmare P and R when Fox rests. 3. Carter Bryant, 37% from the corners, punishing every rotation. Even without Fox, Wemby led lineups with Castle outscored opponents by 3+ points per 100 possessions. The system is bigger than any one player. It works both ways. Fox leads the league as steals, hounding ball handlers into bad decisions. Those bad decisions funnel right into Wemby, the human delete button. With him on the floor, the Spurs' defensive rating was 115.4. Without him, a brutal 121.4. That swing is the difference between playoffs and the lottery. It's a self-feeding cycle. Perimeter steals followed by transition offense, and at the end, as predicted, causing more chaos. So why the urgency? Because their biggest advantage, i.e. Wemby's rookie deal, is vanishing like sand from the palm. Fox's new 4-year, $229 million deal is set. Next summer, Wemby's rookie max hits are projected at $320 million. That's over $500 million for two players. When that kicks in, the Spurs can't add big contracts. The roster freezes. This isn't a rebuild, but a 2-year heist window before the cap slams shut, and we are so here for it. It's not just San Antonio defenses can't solve. The whole league is now trapped in a matchup arms race. Look at Denver. Nikola Jokic is the best center alive, maybe ever. But if you blitz Fox, Wemby drags Jokic into space, where his lack of foot speed is exposed. Stay back, and Fox eats the paint alive. Denver built their dynasty to counter guards like Curry, not 7'4" aliens with a blur by their side. Oklahoma City? They're loaded with length, SGA, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren. On paper, they look like the antidote. But Chet is 7 feet 1 inch, 195 pounds soaking wet. Wemby has 30 pounds on him and still moves faster. If Chet helps at the rim, Fox blows by his guard. If he doesn't, Wemby feasts. That's a no-win scenario. Boston built the most versatile defense in the league. Switch everything, smother spacing. But put Drew Holiday or Derek White on Fox and suddenly it's Jason Tatum or Al Horford trying to survive Wemby in space. At some point, the math just breaks. That's the real crisis here. The Spurs didn't just build a dangerous duo, they built a system the league isn't constructed to counter. Every contender was built with a different puzzle in mind. Milwaukee stacked for Giannis, Denver optimized for Jokic, Boston prepped for perimeter wings. No one architected their roster for this. And now, front offices have a brutal choice. Do you chase a ghost trying to match the Spurs' geometry-bending duo? Or do you pray someone else solves the problem for you? A handful of teams have taken their first swings at stopping this Spurs two-headed monster. Let's break down who's tried and where they cracked. In a recent meeting, LA loaded up on Wembanyama, sending JJ Redick to shadow him with tight help principles. The result? Slowed down spacing and disrupted rhythm. It wasn't perfect, but it forced Wemby off his comfort zone and into contested areas. It's a prototype blueprint that their defenses want to tweak. Boston's response? Gridiron spacing. Coach Joe Mazzulla stressed fighting for clean angles to throw off Wemby's timing. That spacing also muddies Fox's drive lanes, making the pick and roll a two-stage headache. That kind of granular execution might be one of the few replicable countermeasures. Bottom line, these aren't full answers. They're tests. Not one scheme has plugged both leaks. But these glimpses into defensive setups are the experiments every team studying the Spurs is copy-pasting right now. Here's the fallout. The Wemby-Fox axis isn't just a San Antonio headache, it's reshaping every contender's whiteboard. Executives are rewriting their shopping lists. Mobile bigs who can hedge and recover? No longer luxury items, they're survival gear. Switchable wings who don't get cooked by Fox at full throttle? That's the new gold standard. What the Spurs did was rip the mask off roster weaknesses. If your five can't survive in space against Wemby, you're not a playoff threat. The ripple effects are already visible. Oklahoma City is stockpiling versatile forwards, doubling down on length to throw waves of defenders. In Boston, the rumor mill spins around targeting another elite wing stopper to complement their switch-heavy core. Even teams in the West lottery are stashing picks for defensive unicorns, betting that arms and agility might be the only currency that matters in a Fox-Wemby world. This is the market correction. The duo broke more than defenses. They broke the old logic of roster building. Now, every GM has the same unspoken question taped to their war room wall. How do we stop San Antonio? The Spurs' problem for the league is simple, a paradox that turns a weakness into a weapon. Every defensive answer is wrong, and with the clock running, they're betting $500 million the future is now. Is this the NBA's next unstoppable force, or will they crash into the same ceiling that stopped their predecessors? If you just got a PhD in Spurs basketball, hit like and subscribe. We'll see you next week, where we go way beyond the box score.